Guys, this is Group 2. My name is Lin and I will be presenting today with my group members Kelly, Kishin, and Mohan. Our research topic is reducing education inequality between indigenous people in Iraq and the general public. Here is our content list. Following a huge amount of research in the first 3 weeks, we gradually found that the scope of our focus changing from SDG 10 to SDG 4 quality education. Quality education is defined as ensuring inclusive and equitable quality education that promotes lifelong learning opportunity for all. The content of education including general knowledge and traditional culture, but in this topic we focus more on improving the quality of general knowledge education for indigenous children in remote areas of Australia and providing the equal access to education. Education empowers human beings, reduce inequality, and increase one's self-independence. Our grand challenge is how might we design a comprehensive system to help reduce education inequality between indigenous children in Iraq and the general public. We work to address a lack of parental awareness of the importance of education, engage children in learning as fun rather than as a task, provide a comprehensive learning system, and allow children to share knowledge as a small learning group. We also summarize pain points and issues from why and how this inequality happen based on our research.
Through the context analysis, it can be seen that the Northern Territory has the least educational background and resources, represented by Irikala. Move to next. Our stakeholders included the principal users, which are indigenous children and parents, as well as governments, schools, and general public that could be involved. While guiding through our end user, we worked through and using our own way to picture out their thoughts. In the scenario of when they are using our system, they can browse the program online and experience it with curiosity and excitement. Children can participate in the cross-studies, and parents can browse the pop-up library. This is the parent persona. I summarized the main points. Parents have less knowledge, and therefore they cannot provide more education for their children, and they live far away from local schools and do not have enough money to support their children's education. And then is the children persona. I found that 7 to 10 years old children are open-minded. They are easy to form a good idea of education, easy to accept and be interested in the new knowledge. Their own education foundation is weak. How to provide them with simple, convenient, and effective learning environment or equipment is a problem that we need to be concerned.
In the research conducted in the first 3 weeks, which holds 3 projects as the President studies, Rapana Street Library, an indigenous learning app, and St. Helena residence. We mainly focus on studying the street library to critically analyze the pros and cons of the projects and extracted insights to push to our future redesign. As Rapana Street Library used architectural languages to create an inclusive space for people to gather around and grab a book, we then started to think we might apply it as a concept of creating a sharing knowledge system in a small community context or even in other remote areas which still suffering from education inequalities. We also like the idea of using such a language, like the exciting and attractive shape of the project itself, which draws people's attentions to take an active interest and use the design. So in summing up our initial concept drawn from the presidents, we want our indirect stakeholders to provide resources and inform family support during education while letting the kids be ambitious about learning. We want our project to keep on a small scale and precisely deliver to a community, but only last for a certain period to maximize the attention from our end users. Then we came up with a framework for design outcome combined by 4 parts. For one, to make the youth ambitious about education, and then creating a sharing knowledge system which give our end users a sharing and interactive moment, and then raise awareness of the importance of education, and at the end, info family support during learning.
Hi, this is Kushi. Let me introduce our site analysis. Assuming look on the site context, the site is located on Marriott Park, surrounded by high density of local households. The maps identify essential connections between the project and the site through further observation and learning, further exploring the natural condition and the characteristics of surrounding sites, which is necessary to integrate the project into this site and be logical and make sense to the surrounding neighborhoods. This is our design storyboard. Another finds Marika pop-up event while browsing the website and finds it interesting, so she registers for her child. After the successful application, she takes her child here, and the child is studying in the class studies, while the mother is resting and reading in the library. This is our design sketches and the prototypes. The next part is our redesign process.
Hi, this is Kelly. To begin with, our projects combine a pop-up library and a shared courses installation called Course Buddies. In the last 3 weeks, I started to propose different conceptual ideas to help us achieve our project aiming. And during the research, I began to notice that triangle is the fundamental shape of everything in beer color. The shape of the triangle and diamond that we extracted from the block painting symbolize a gamma metaphor which is based on many levels of meaning, like a network that extends in all directions. As I stated before, we want our project to last only for a certain period to gain maximized attention from our end users. The pop-up library itself should be able to unpack and ship to other remote areas for education purposes as well. After all these insights drawn from the research, I started to build up a single timber unit and gradually gather it as a functional space by adding, subtracting, and duplicating. The library is going to be divided into 2 floors, and I will include 6 main functions in the library: the book display area, reading lounge, a small scale of exhibition or activity areas, cultural and creative product store where we can put our products for retaining existing users, as well as go for new ones as a branding strategy, and also a photography area. And here is an axonometric diagram of how these functions fits into the space as well. And now I'm going to pass the speech to Lynn.
This is Lynn. I will introduce the course bodies. The project proposed how a temporary installation can utilize construction waste and active a large recreational space for indigenous children and parents. The installation was designed to be easily assembled and disassembled by a small group of volunteers. Prefabrication components were attached, and a manageable component size allowed the project to be packaged, shipped, and assembled on site in matters of days. The module design allows the pavilion to be in a new location and configuration after Eureka program. By permutation, several shapes may be formed to target different activities. The installation will be located in Marika Park, and users will be able to enjoy the views through the windows in the middle of the installation, which will be the newest community center in Raqqa. At the same time, in order to increase the educational attainment of local indigenous students, we will provide virtual classroom, the pre-recorded lessons for students, also the LED interactive screens to motivate and engage students in learning. We also provide activity rooms such as swings. Because of the flexibility of the installation, there is a potential for the installation to be transformed into our functions. Now I'm going to pass the speech to Muhan.
Hi, this is Muhan. The screen is an important part of crossbodies. It is mainly divided into 3 sections. The middle screen shows lectures, the right screen shows notes and lecture highlights, and the left screen shows exercise. All screens are touch-sensitive. It is aimed to provide students with an effective and convenient way to learn. Over the past 4 weeks, I've done research on how to campaign and promote our project, and found that website is the best medium to use. The homepage shows the three main sections of our program: cross-studies, pop-up library, and donation and volunteer activities. Slide down is the basic introduction to each part. All the buttons are clickable. In the footer, I set up a draggable map and contact information. By clicking the navigation bar, you can jump directly to another page. This is the cross-studies page. It introduces the concept and purpose of the design, and introduces the weekly updated online license that students and parents can extract from the website. Our teachers are both indigenous and non-indigenous, which are professional and friendly. And this page introduced the pop-up library. First of all, we arranged reading exchange activities for the library in order to promote the reading interest of local residents. This page introduced new books, book categories, and book recommended for children. And next page describes the donation part. It describes our project mission, vision, and values. There are three main ways to help. Donate to our project, which help us build our infrastructure. Donate used books to our pop-up library and become a volunteer in our pop-up library. And it has the art gallery of our project.
Hi, this is Kuxin. My design is about visual identity for our project. It includes logo, font, posters, and some products. The logo is inspired by seedbug painting. Seedbug painting is the most representative artwork of Irikala. I combine the triangle and diamond elements with our project, and I used the red, yellow, and black colors from the back painting, which are also the colors of Aboriginal flag. Red represents the red earth, yellow represents the sun, and the black represents the Aboriginal people. Although our project is located in Irikala, we want to serve all the indigenous communities. So the font is inspired by Aboriginal flag. I combine the square and the circle in the flag to create a set of fonts to be used in my visual identity. This is posters. I draw two illustrations for our project. Because we are focusing on children's education, so I choose a relatively cute styles to display. The first one is to promote the importance of children's education, and the second one is to introduce our project. In addition, I derived a series of products through the logo to promote our design. It includes t-shirts, bags, some business cards, and letters. And the next part is our conclusion.
Thanks, Kuxin. So in our conclusion, the redesign project is more holistic, comprehensive, and more targeted than our present studies. And in addition, while conveying the importance of education, we integrated multiple stakeholders such as parents and kids in the project. Through the design, we tell them that learning is not a task in their life, but also is an ongoing process that both adults and children have the right and chance to pursue better education. However, since the project is in the form of pop-up and ships to other remote areas with educational inequalities, we have not yet considered how to integrate our project into the people, culture, and climate of other specific sites. And this is kind of like exactly what we're trying to figure out in our next state and future design. So anyway, now please enjoy the video of diving in the project in Marika Park.